that's our favorite hot pot place. And that's the new MRT station. And that's the MRT station. And that's the line. There's our favorite Carrefour. This is a restaurant that keeps changing, and there's construction. Alright, so that time of year again. It's been a few months since I've recorded the progress on this MRT station, so I've got to update that. And anyway, yeah, so what we're doing, we're back in the old neighborhood. There are little clinics everywhere in Taiwan. Like, their clinics are like McDonald's. They're everywhere. Sometimes you get better ones, sometimes they're not as good. There's this one by our old house that's actually really nice. They're really cool people. They're very friendly. It's not long wait time. They're very professional. We've always been very happy with them. So we drive all the way back to our old neighborhood every time to go to the clinic. But it's been about a year since I've gotten any blood work done. So just doing the typical, you know, got my blood work done, got an EKG to make sure my heart's good, got my blood pressure, all that kind of stuff. Just, you know, a little checkup. Come back in a few days and we'll check out the blood work. Now we're at Carrefour. I'm not even sure why, other than Ellie and Liam love to go to Carrefour. So this is the current state of the MRT station. So I recorded a video yesterday, and for the first time I tried to use the Filmic Pro. Now, I've used Filmic Pro for other stuff before and it works pretty well, but I tried to do it for vlogging to see if I could get improved quality. But as it turns out, even using Filmic Pro and having manual control over the, like, you know, everything basically, the ISO and the shutter speed and all these things, and then going through and taking the time to color grade it and like color grade and work with the highlights and the shadows and to fix exposure and everything else, it still wasn't as good as just using the camera app and then doing minor corrections to that. The overall look and color and noise reduction and everything else looks better with the camera app right out of the iPhone than it does using Filmic Pro when it comes to low light stuff. Now, I think when it comes to optimal lighting, Filmic Pro is still better, but when the exposure is changing and the light's questionable and everything else, I think it's not only easier but also better quality to just use the iPhone app.
What I was saying.
I'm not gonna catch you saying what?
What I was saying.
Oh, that stuff you were saying that you're totally not gonna say?
Yeah. God damn it! I'm gonna give you a motherfucking. I'm sorry, my language. I'm gonna give you a hickey. Not on your neck, not on your chest, on your armpit.
My
and
armpit?
not on the armpit, just right here. Right here. I'm gonna penetrate it.
You're gonna penetrate it?
I'm gonna penetrate it.
Penetrate the armpit. Give me a
A
hickey.
little bit.
Yeah, try to kiss armpit, Dad.
You're a pervert.
You know, like that, like.
Mom, I'm going to.
And then it's gonna be like purplish hickey. You like it, you secretly like it.
Mom, try again.
If you don't let me do that,
Do that, Mom.
well, so bad.
You're gonna do what?
Mom, do that again.
So bad.
You're gonna do what?
Again.
I'm going to lick you on your ass.
She means it.
You're not going to see it coming.
Trooper, he has a gun trooper. And this is his sword.
No, that's chopsticks. Who's on the chopsticks?
What's this?
Huh?
What's this? What's this one? What's that?
I don't know.
R2D2.
R2D2.
So I can have access to it
Mom.
with my tongue.
Mom.
Are you talking about my butthole?
Yes.
Mom, how can I open?
So I couldn't eat anything last night or this morning because I had a doctor's appointment. I had to do blood work and everything. So we finally stopped, got some food, didn't record it, whatever. It was Thai food. And now I got my coffee to catch up. And can you hold this? And Ellie got me this. I'm a coffee mug slut, basically. And this is true, right?
Yes.
I've got like Avengers and Hulk and
Yes.
Tai Chung and
Yes.
Norway and Copenhagen and Dubai.
Yes.
I mean, I've got so many coffee cups. I'm all about those. So now I've got this one. Is this one R2D2?
Don't know. It just comes in random.
We
ones.
don't even know what it is yet. Oh. But she's recording while I'm recording. All right. Which one is this? Oh, one-handed sucks. Oh my god. It's
no
a
shit.
stormtrooper.
No way.
Bum bum ba bum bum ba bum bum ba bum. Bum bum ba bum 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 bum.
Don't yam on
Okay,
me.
I have a banana sweet.
What is that?
Mentos.
The fresh maker.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to the fucking future. It's a disc burner. Yeah, it's for archiving. I bought some DVDs, some archival DVDs, and this burner. And I'm basically gonna copy everything from my hard drives over to discs just so I can store them. Because I was looking at solid state drives, like they have that SanDisk portable solid state drive. It's like 240 gigs or 250 gigs. And no, that one was 240 gigabytes and it cost $100 US. This cost me 25 bucks, and for what was it, $10? Yeah, for 10 US, I was able to get enough disk that I can store 235 gigs. So it's about the same 235, 240 gig storage capacity in the disk that I would have had on the SSD, except I paid a grand total between the disk and the burner of 35 bucks instead of 100. And now that I have the burner, every time I need another 240 or 235, 240 gigs of storage, I can just spend 10 more bucks on disk. So I could have, at that rate, I could have as much archival storage as I want. Obviously, it's not as nice as an SSD because, you know, it's slow and it's not as blah, 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 whatever. But this isn't for regular accessing data. This is just for my shit hits the fan backup. Oh my God, my hard drive crashed, or oh my God, my house burnt down, oh my God, whatever. All my stuff on my computers, all my photography stuff, everything is going to be copied to disk and then stored off location somewhere else. And it's reliable and it's fucking cheap. Yeah, so one of the things we got was a super duper long Ethernet cable. It's like 50 meters long, around 160 feet, because our entire house is earthquake proof. It's made of reinforced concrete, which means Wi-Fi from the first floor cannot make it to the second floor at all, let alone the third or the fourth or the fifth. So, old school, super long wire. You got some cool hats? Hey, here's something fun. I need to poop, and look what toilet I have to use. Nice.
Wait, what?
So I'm sitting here backing up my computer and everything else to those DVDs, and it's like a super nostalgia attack. I haven't bought like discs of any type or used a disc on a computer or anything, and like probably since I was a teenager. Like, this is insane. Like the process of opening the tray and putting in a fresh disc and closing it, and it having the thing that pops up and says like, oh, untitled DVD, and I have to open it and I transfer files and I click burn and having to check, like, it's like a fucking time machine, man. Okay, so like I was saying earlier, one of the problems we have is that all of the houses and buildings in Taiwan are meant to withstand some pretty severe earthquakes because they happen all the time here. So this house, for example, like many, is built with, is completely built out of reinforced concrete. I'm talking like several feet thick of concrete walls and pillars and lots of heavy duty rebar. Like for example, you see this wall, blank wall, but then if you look up, you see this big heavy support beam through there. It's just as thick on both sides. And then it comes over here, and it's another huge, about 4 foot wide support beam that comes down. And then you look at the ceiling over here, it's a big, huge, massive column that goes across the ceiling. And you look over there, and it's the same thing. Big support beam going up, big support beam going across. And that's how it is in the whole house. If we come into the kitchen, we can see, again, big support beam. You look over here, and this big one I pointed out from over there, it actually meets halfway in the middle. There's another big support beam going through the middle. And it's just overlapping and barriered all throughout the house. But one of the drawbacks of that, although it's very safe, like we had a 5.5 earthquake hit a few days ago, and we've had bigger earthquakes hit here for sure, but that one was actually really close to us. It was just a few miles south. So we were sitting on the couch and we could actually feel the entire house not shake, but shift back and forth several feet. But there's not so much as a crack in the house, it's fine. Again, good for that, but the bad news is that when they ran our Wi-Fi, our primary router, wireless router, is right here. We have amazing connection here on the first floor, but you go up to the second floor and there's no connection at all. I mean, absolutely dead. Third floor, again, just deader than dead. Fourth floor, deader than dead. So even trying to hook up other routers, I mean, wirelessly, one router can't communicate with the other one because the concrete. So today we bought a 50-meter long high-speed Ethernet cable, and I hooked it from this router and just ran it across the wall, and then went up this support beam around the inside of this one, over here, around through here, and then ran it just around the walls of my stairs. And then I actually tucked a secondary router. I tucked it up in between the hand railing actually, so that it wouldn't get tripped up, but it'd be right in the central column of the stairs. The benefit of it being right here in the central column of the stairs is that the Wi-Fi signal can easily reach this bedroom or the bathroom, and it's actually right here in the stairwell, so it can easily kind of bounce off these walls and at least somewhat get up to the third floor. There it is. You come up the first floor stairs, and there's the second floor stairs, and there's a little router tucked right in there. And the connection's actually fantastic. It works great. It's a very cheap and easy option. But now I've got to get to work on this home gym.